Hi everyone, welcome to the latest video blog from VisiTickets, and I'm again joined by Lee today, the managing director of Jugo, and one of the members of the team who looks after a lot of our visitor attractions across the country. Today's topic is all around customer journey, and in particular the journey from online to on-site, because all of our attractions, all attractions are physical locations. They all involve an amount of on-site spend, whether that's in a cafe, at the admissions desk, in a souvenir shop, but we can't ignore the online ticketing journey and the spend that happens before someone even arrives at the attraction. And it's becoming more and more important to connect that journey for both the customer, the visitor, but also for the attraction themselves and the management of that journey. So Lee, could you share a few of your thoughts on that customer journey from a visitor point of view and how important it is for them to feel a connected flow between the on-site experience and the online experience?
Yeah, I think it already starts with kind of the branding and the kind of look and feel to make sure that kind of what that customer is seeing online is kind of consistent with what they're expecting and how the current attraction website looks and that sort of thing. When they kind of get to that process, then especially with video tickets, the way we've approached it is that you can either choose what sort of event or thing you want to do and then see when it's available, or the flip side is we can give you a nice little calendar view and you can choose, well, we're going to be in the area on this date and then kind of see what's available. So you're kind of covering all those different approaches of how customers really do approach booking an attraction.
Mhm.
And then from there, really, I think its simplicity is key. As I guess we kind of do talk about quite a bit, but in terms of that e-commerce flow, that it's what we're all very used to. Really, I think buying a ticket can be quite complex behind the scenes from a systems point of view, which obviously we manage, but from a user point of view, personally, I don't think buying a ticket or booking an event should be any more difficult than buying a t-shirt, to be
No.
honest.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So that online experience, like you said, it's the first impression really for someone who's never visited you before. It's the first, it's the equivalent of the old days of rolling up in the car park and seeing that gate or that admission booth or whatever it may be. It's that first impression. So we've got to be really, as an attraction, got to be really mindful of that customer experience. Is this online is truly the first experience they have with you as a visitor.
Yeah,
Um, So connected, let's say that that journey's gone well online. They've bought their ticket, then they're going to come and visit you. How important is it that joined up approach has been delivered and that they feel that what they experience online continues on site?
Yeah, so I think even though the customer has, made the purchase, it's got keeping that high expectation that it's going to be a seamless experience for them, or as frictionless as possible, really, so that we're delivering nicely branded email confirmations, which again is consistent with what they're expecting. Nice, clear instructions of presenting them a barcode that can just be scanned on site. So when that guest arrives to a predefined admissions desk, maybe for prepayment or the standard admissions desk, it's as simple as scanning a barcode. The operator can then validate on top of all the sort of validation we do, such as is the event today and all those sorts of things. Is it valid? And then obviously presenting that information to the operator who's dealing with admissions, so they can kind of feel joined up with the customer, so they can see what their names are when they've done a booking, and allows you to kind of start that customer service experience right
Yeah.
from the off as well.
And we've seen with some attractions who have really successfully implemented this and that idea of really quick redemption and validation of online tickets, it's had a real impact on queues and the first experience a visitor has when they arrive. There's been a real shift from queuing up and having to put your credit card details in and work out if you need a family pass or an adult and two kids or whatever it may be. That's changed to a very quick scan of a barcode, and that must be having a positive visitor experience impact for the your first impression of arriving and not having to stand in a queue for 20 minutes.
Yeah, and we all know that even now, if you try and order anything over the phone or in a manual method, it's a lot more cumbersome than sort of doing it yourself ultimately from buying a ticket. When you arrive to an attraction, you haven't got a queue for your tickets as you mentioned, and then queue again to get in. And predominantly, everyone arrives at the same time for attraction. So if it opens at 10 o'clock, there's suddenly a big rush to come in. The benefit now is that obviously, even from an operations point of view, is that the attractions don't have to man as many till points or the admissions.
Yeah.
And a customer can stand in the car park on their phone and buy a ticket there and then through the kind of responsive design, and then it's instantly available to be redeemed directly at the gate. So, it's almost going digital away from that kind of use to queue.
Definitely. So that's the sort of customer experience side of this connected journey. But obviously, if you have got this truly connected, then your data is connected as well. So data is flowing from an attractions management point of view. There must be some really significant benefits of having a joined up system between online and on site when it comes to visitor spend analysis, for example.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you that 360 view of the customer. I mean, unless systems are joined up, you just can't get to it, I'm afraid. If you've got, for example, a different system in retail, a different system in catering, a different ticketing system, and etc., trying to consolidate that data is virtually impossible. Having it all together basically means that ticket, follows that customer wherever they are on park. So right as soon as they check in, we know they're on the park. We can know where they've gone, where they've made purchases, what they've purchased, and then create actionable insights for that then can be used to create targeted marketing. So, if members are, for example, spending in catering, but they're never spending in retail, why not create a special promo or a discount to target them and have that data that's actually useful, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing, isn't it? It's creating data that's actionable that you can actually do something about and maybe change customer behavior or maximize the opportunity around customer behavior. It's very hard to do that if you haven't got that end-to-end traceability. And it's not always it's not possible, but the amount of legwork and involvement from your management team or your analysis team, if you're having to stitch together 3 or 4 different systems, makes it unusable, because by the time you've got the data together, the time has passed and you've missed the opportunity.
That's it. And now, everything's live, everything's real time. You can create actionable, marketing lists or whatever it may be, straight away. As soon as that guest has left the site, that data is instantly available through dashboards and a range of other medias that you can adapt, especially in attractions. Things like the weather can change how you maybe approach marketing or whatever it might be. So it's just all available on demand, really.
And there might be some listening to this or watching this that think, well, that sounds great. That's what Disneyland have been doing for a long time, and that's something for the big boys, really. Do you feel this is achievable for your mid-level tourist attraction in the UK?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that's kind of really how VisiTickets sort of been built really, is that it takes those kind of bigger potential functionality that has only really been obtainable to the larger attractions previously, unless you've got, your own dedicated data and marketing teams to run it, which, most attractions don't at that level. But, ultimately, once the systems are in place and kind of rolled out throughout the park, all that data is automatically pulled into one location and made available for the right teams to action and create campaigns or whatever it may be from there.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, I think that's it for now. Thanks, Lee. That was really useful insight there, and look forward to seeing you again soon.
Cool. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Lee.